It's a good thing we check stuff like that. That's the kind of That's the kind of professional
That's kind of audio excellence
we need to have now that it's been announced that we are becoming the house band for the reboot of the Jenny Jones Show.
Oh, dude, fuck that! I'm holding out for Ricky Lake.
Yeah,
we're not doing Jenny Jones, bro. We're holding out for Ricky Lake.
They're both queens, in my opinion.
I'd like it if she licked the lake between. Sometimes I come in between my balls.
Your
and my
balls
ass.
and your ass.
I like to keep it there.
Nice.
I call it. I call it the gentleman's secret.
the
I put my pack on. The secret of a gentleman.
The secret of the gentleman's secret valley.
Yeah,
the valley of pleasure.
And,
the hidden valley.
Yeah, that's where the name comes from.
A little hidden valley ranch.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I bet you if you like a prospector's gooch, like if you put some cum in there, it probably would taste really salty. It would be closer to ranch dressing than regular cum.
Keep it in there for good luck.
Yeah.
When you go out in the mountains, I remember when they discovered this load. LODE and then LOAD. You keep a load close to yourself, you'll find a load close to your heart.
Wow.
We're out in the mountain. I was been prospecting for going on 185 years now.
Oh, this guy's alive right now.
Yeah.
I'm 785 years old.
Oh, so you're just a metal detector guy at the beach?
How much pussy did you get 600 years ago?
The doctor, I went and saw him, and he said I'm what you call a Dracula. More years ago, I figured I was bit by, at the time, I suspected was either a Chinese or Jewish fella, as I'd neither seen neither. I reckon I nearly seen neither in my life. At that point, it had been all different kinds of engines.
Right.
So except, of course, for Engine Classic. What's heretofore referred to as DOT.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So you have seen
I could
one
tell
of
you,
those.
I could tell you,
them.
I ain't got but 3 teeth in my head, but I close my eyes in the woods, I hear a footstep come on me, I can tell you the type of feather it'd be.
Really?
Be it Comanche, Sioux, Dakota, Fanning.
Yep, Dakota Fanning.
And I am Sam type, the rarest of all the Indians.
Oh, there's a tribe of
those.
the mentally retarded out there?
Yes.
The Sam engines.
The low IQ Akoi.
Wow.
Well,
what are
you,
some of your dealings with them?
What are you, low IQ Indians? This fellow here is low IQ.
Now, I want to return to the fact that you're a Dracula.
Yeah, what age are you frozen at?
I got bit by what I assumed was a vampire.
Right.
Yeah.
And then to create a fleet of prospecting is what you may refer to now as slaves.
Right.
I went around biting a bunch of them retard Indians.
So you've got
on account of my interest in creating a race of retard Draculas that I could boss around.
That's been an interest of yours even before.
That I could boss
you were
around
a Dracula.
like some kind of mean girl, like the hottest one of a group.
So you'll never bite anyone that's not retarded, is what you're saying. Is that right?
Wow, that's...
You'll only bite the mentally disabled?
That is the cheapest labor I can think of.
Remember being in elementary school?
Oh, yeah, bang for your buck?
Remember being
real bang for your buck there.
In elementary
school. A Dracula slave.
And a retarded kid accused me of biting him, which was not true. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Often in my life, I feel like early in my life, I was falsely accused of things pretty often.
And it shaped your whole... Your whole worldview.
Yeah, that's why you have a real sense of justice.
That's why I had to bury myself in tales of prospectors and Native Americans. and live in a fantasy world.
Yeah.
But a retarded kid, I remember him accusing me of biting him.
Wow.
And the teacher believed him. And I couldn't use
Believe all retards.
Well, I couldn't use his defense. I was like, that's disgusting. I'm like, I'm not gonna
I'm gonna become it?
I'm gonna
catch some of that?
Why would I want to put my mouth on a fucking retard?
Come on, teach.
And I got in more trouble for the defense. So all these people talking about fucking cancel culture.
Wow.
How dare you? You know how mean it is to say that it would be disgusting to bite a retard?
Mm-hmm.
I got to be honest, that wouldn't be on the top of my list of guys to bite.
And then now I had to reinvent myself as a prospecty.
So I just love the fact that clearly that kid just accused you of doing something he does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were just like, okay, well, we have to believe him.
I'm trying to get cleaner audio from myself.
Cleaner levels.
Yeah, that sounds okay.
That sounds pretty good.
I try to make myself sound like Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
I may have said that in the past.
I like that.
From the animated series.
Oh yeah, voiced by Lorenzo. Hold on a second.
Lorenzo
The
Lamas.
cat's going somewhere it shouldn't.
Where's
In
the
your
cat
ass.
going? Well, while Nick's gone, I caught on the United Airlines flight, we had free satellite television.
Wow.
So I watched the USA Channel's Father's Day SVU lineup.
Oh, nice. What was going on?
And in literally every episode, the father was raping his child. It was a real celebration of fatherhood.
Real father and child reunion.
Shit, was
Yeah.
the Will Sasso episode on there?
Unfortunately not.
That was the best episode.
The best episode of SVU where the real father was raping his child.
Right.
What's that? You flicked me?
Just for a second.
Okay. Joe, well, it's nice to be back, doing the stuff we love to do.
How was your vacation, Adam?
It was really nice.
How was the 2021 Tacoma Gay Sex Festival?
It was nice, dude. Me and the boys, we woke up at
Yeah.
6 every day, went surfing.
It's Toyota fuck month.
Yeah.
You come on down and they'll fuck you in the ass.
Yep. Toyota fuck month in Costa Rica.
Wait, they have the Toyota-thon. Who does truck month?
Chevy,
Yeah.
I think.
I'd like to shove my dick into your ass, Adam.
Dodge trucks are
Yeah.
now okay.
You can go ahead and try and
No, that's good.
slide
Okay,
back.
I saw
found
that.
I
I saw
guess
that.
you could. That's the kind of nugget of gold I'd find
Okay.
in everyday conversation.
It's the bit prospect.
I'm out in the mountains.
Nick Mullen, the bit prospect.
Yeah, he's mining for bits.
I'm out in the mountains, not looking for physical gold. I live out there because I'm a child sex offender.
Yeah.
It's the only zip code left
for good old fashioned fellas like me.
for what they call a pedophile Dracula.
You know what? This is actually a very good framework to think of Nick as. He's the bit prospector, and all his brain cells are not capable of things like love and relating to another human being because they're all retarded.
That's cruel.
Indians.
That's a cruel way of looking at it.
They're all retarded Indians that can only seek the bits.
I would say that's an unfair and cruel
He's-
way to think of it.
No,
It's
no.
not his whole. It's not his whole brain, but you have bitten. You have turned half of your brain like that, and the other half is. It's basically you have one. You have one brain cell that's not a retarded bit-seeking Indian slave, and it's Will Smith from I Am Legend, and it's
Okay.
That's the battle raging inside Nick. He's trying to turn his brain regular.
What was going on?
I never saw
Legend?
the movie.
No,
but
no, it's a guy and a dog, and no one else exists.
Exactly.
You're thinking of iRobot, not
No,
I.
you're thinking
No,
about
I'm
the
thinking of
pursuit
I Am
of
Legend.
happiness.
I'm thinking of I Am Legend.
No, you're thinking the pursuit
It's
of happiness.
vampires versus one guy.
Oh, vampires
And there's
versus
Nick's
one guy.
and
Okay.
Nick's brain.
But you find out at the end. Never mind. Stop. You're
Wait,
gonna
are
get
you
mad
going
at
to
me.
spoil this for me?
I
dude?
was about
You
to.
know what?
but I
You
didn't.
can. You can. I don't want to see that.
You find
movie.
out that the monsters are the good guys.
and then so at the end, it turns out Nick isn't. That he's good. Because at the end, it's the retard. It's the retard Indian brain cells that are the good ones.
Well, I did actually. Great song, dude. Great song.
Well, I'm singing about those retard Indians.
This is a Father's Day classic. This track. Every dad likes this song.
Nick's thinking of his children.
Son, I've made a life.
Out of beating up retards, biting them and trying to turn them into retard Draculas.
So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces for a taste.
Couple of extra chromosomes, bite them up real nice.
So I handed him my bottle.
It is truly one of the greatest songs of all time.
It's a fantastic
It's
song.
such a good song.
And
It's-
the lesson in it is timeless.
Yeah, I listen to that song and I'm like, I can't wait to be 65 years old.
Yeah.
And just smile.
Well, the best part of the song,
just hear
I
the
don't know if
gambler
we talked
come on
about
and
it.
smile.
We probably talked about it before, but just like what the scenario is in that song is he's just next to some guy on a train and he's like, give me a cigarette and some of your whiskey. And then he just drinks all of his whiskey and smokes, I think, his last cigarette.
Yeah, that is fucking rude.
And then he's like, let me tell you something. I just play cards for a living, And the trick is you got to know what cards to get rid of and what to keep. And then he dies. And then the guy just fucking dies.
Yeah, that's a rude ass fucking. That's one of the worst Amtrak guys you could be seated next to. He takes your fucking cigarette, he drinks your booze, and then he fucking dies next.
In
to
a
you.
regular world, that song would be called a mentally ill piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah, that's just a homeless guy dying next to you. You gotta know when
And
to
somewhere
fuck
in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. What a nice euphemism for dying in your sleep on a train somewhere.
dying,
Breaking
breaking even.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because they hadn't checked to see that he hadn't paid the fare.
Yeah, I think.
And so then they had to deal with a dead body that was going nowhere other than the city plot. No family to collect his remains.
None of his children love him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a small dick.
They don't
He
know. his
gambled
name.
away their money.
It's like that movie, The Wrestler. If the character had never even wrestled,
And he didn't get pussy.
and he was just some fucking guy.
At least he fucked Marissa Tomei
Yeah.
in that fucking movie.
Yeah.
This guy got no pussy and his penis was small. You gotta have a bigger penis.
Your dick is way too small.
It's like a nice fat pussy.
Yeah, The Guy with a Big Dick by Kenny Rogers.
If you die with a small dick, you are a faggot.
I was on a train, and some guy with a big dick sat down next to me, and he took a look at my dick.
My little ass
And he
dick.
said, son, that's pathetic. But there's something you can work with here. We're going to trim up your pubes and give you a dick makeover.
And we're gonna liposuction the fat around your dick.
We're going to smash your pelvic bone and have it surgically placed closer to your asshole. So
We're gonna contour your pubes to do the optical illusion.
We're going to cut your dick in half. And in the middle, put material from your thigh. We're going to medically extend your dick. And if anyone asks, you say, let's just turn the lights off. And that's the story of Harvey Weinstein. Steven said to me, we were just like eating dinner, and maybe there had been like 5 seconds of silence, and I forget what the conversation had been prior to that. It was about like, we I don't know, yeah, Will seems like he's doing well. And then silence, and then him being like, I heard that Harvey Weinstein's dick was fucked up because I think it was because he was trying to make it bigger. And I'm like, well, Steven, what happened?
How long has this been bouncing around your brain?
He truly has a beautiful mind.
Well, it's like it's
If
not,
anyone wants a visual, it's our friend that looks remarkably like Geddy Lee.
it's like it doesn't produce its own thoughts. It's just
Yeah.
like it's
Real
like
quick,
just changing.
my name is actually Get Hetty Lee.
That's pretty cool.
We
Yeah.
can keep going. Next.
Yeah.
It's actually Bretty Lee.
No, it's Get
It's
Hetty
actually,
Lee.
and you're married to
It's-
Sarah Lee.
It's
and
Get
you took
Hetty
her
Lee.
name.
I am married to Sarah Lee because I like cakes and she's got big tits.
No.
But my name is Get Hetty Lee.
She married you for the life insurance
No.
policy because she knew how to kill you.
She knew. She knew she had 18 months.
Listen, feed me cakes and smother me with your big fat titties. There's way worse ways to go.
18 months of gritting and bearing sexual encounters with you
than that.
before
No, she's got a big
the
smile on her
life
face.
insurance
And
kicks
she wears
in.
a lot of. She
Said,
wears red
son, I
lipstick.
made a life out of eating people's pussies, knowing if they were about to come by the way they held their eyes.
You gotta
If you don't-
have a bigger penis.
If you don't mind me saying, you look like a faggot.
Please move, sir. is
Can
what
I
he said to
have
me.
$5? Can I have $5? I'm trying to buy a beer, and the cafe car, I'm really fucking thirsty, and the cafe car is out of soda.
Yeah.
And I can't drink water. Because I've got a medical condition, and I'm not just trying to get drunk, but I swear to God, that's the only option.
It's what my doctor said.
The doctors have told me that I have to drink legally, or I will go blind.
I will go blind.
So give me $5. Now I'm not asking, motherfucker. I done sat down here before you. Don't come at me like I came into your world. You gotta pay the toll.
Like I came into your world.
You gotta pay the toll. The get me drunk toll. If you want to sit next to me on the Northeast motherfucking regional, I'm going to Boston to get pussy off Instagram from some bitch who's probably maybe 2 or 3 points lower on the scale than she looks in the pictures. But it turns out she's got a son, which I think means the pussy's ruined. But you don't have to care as much because somebody else already done the damage.
Somebody fucked it up before you. But maybe there's a chance that the doctor sewed it up tighter. And maybe the pussy's actually medically enhanced.
And did I mention she's half Korean? The other half is Spanish. So I guess that kind of breaks even.
You gotta know when to go fold them.
At least she's not Jewish. No. Although sometimes that's nice.
It's not bad as a change of pace.
You know, change it up, and then you think about the fact that they're rich. And then it just becomes a rich person. It kind of offsets the
Jewish. And sometimes you can fuck them.
The Guy on the Train by Kenny Rogers. I met some fucking guy.
On my way to get some pussy.
I was also getting pussy.
Both of us were getting pussy. But his dick was bigger than mine.
His dick was bigger. But he seemed like a retard. He kept saying all this whack shit. To me, he seemed whack, but then at the end, he would save it.
He would save it at the end.
It was one of those guys you meet where they were taking L's throughout the whole story, and then right at the end, they'd put a stinger on it and made it nice. You gotta love when someone gets nasty with it. On what seems like a fucked up story. Talking about how they wound up in jail, but then in jail somehow they meet like David Hasselhoff or something. I beat up my mom. And I was on probation, but then it turns out my probation officer was the fucking one of the guys that was in the army with my dad. And so we started getting talking. And he introduces me to my dad, who turns out to be gay, but no one at his job knew. So I blackmailed my own dad. In a roundabout way to get child support.
But really, if you think about it, he owed me the money anyway.
He owed me the money, and I spent it on a semi I don't know how to drive. And now I live in the semi, illegally parked in front of Bennigan's.
From time to time, I get pussy from the ugliest bitches on earth.
This is my first time being on a train.
I'm gotta be honest with you, I'm scared.
I'm scared and I'm 37. I'm really only comfortable incarcerated.
When I get scared, I get horny. I hope that I don't fuck you. But if I do, I apologize. Well in advance. You gotta suck on a man's dick.
You gotta suck on his penis.
When you get scared.
This is a different part of the song.
You gotta use a man's penis like a pacifier.
You gotta suck on my penis.
I'm gonna skip ahead to the part where I try and convince you to have gay sex with me.
You know what I was remembering the other day was... you know what? You keep talking for a second. I'll just pull the song up. I forgot we got this, the soundboard, a.k.a. my phone now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Adam, what's it like, man? What was it like being on a plane?
Oh, my God. It's incredible. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Suck
Let's
my
hear
dick.
it. What's your name? Who's your dad?
What's your name? Is it faggot? Faggot. Are you sure it isn't faggot?
Are you gay like me?
Because I heard that it's faggot.
Nice.
I heard your name was faggot. Okay, that was it.
Can I see your pussy? I've got
to take you in the sun to
Fuck me in.
Can I see your pussy? I've got cash.
What else have we got in that little baggerino, Adam? You know what I'm saying? I've committed. I promise. I never again in my life will use either the hard R or the soft A. But the Flanderesian Iarino. That's what I get.
That's just the culture.
That's what I get.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I get mine.
I love the Flanders memes when he's got guns. Got the grip skididdly in case a beep gets silly. It's that picture where what was that episode where Flanders was like about to? He's got like a sniper or something. You got the last macadamia.
That was a bad. Those were like.
I have chocolate covered coconut.
I don't want that shit.
It's a Treehouse of Horror.
Chocolate covered pina.
No. I want something more substantial, like macadamia nuts.
You know what we need is a chocolate-colored mayor.
Wow.
Here in New York.
Oh shit! Adam came through with the chocolate.
That's
bars.
all. That's all.
Next.
That's all.
That's
from,
next.
Well, it's not from me. It's somebody from Australia sent a bunch of.
Shouts out to the fucking Aussies, mate.
You know what's very funny is like, so they got. They're like version of like wheat thins or whatever, like flavored wheat thins that are just called shapes.
Shapes.
And then they had these things that
Shapes.
they were called pods, which were just like Twix in a different shape. And it's funny that like everything, the only shit that has dumb, wacky names here is candy.
That's true.
Or snacks.
True.
It's all like snickerdoodles
right now,
or whatever. Whereas in Australia, everything else has a fucking
It's
stupid name.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then their snacks are like, instead of Pringles, they're just like ovals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's oval. It's a kind of ovals.
That's when they're.
That's how you know it's
nonsense.
a truly retard country that
Upside
they take
down.
snacks seriously.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
They take candies seriously.
We don't have to get that crazy.
Yeah, look at this. Violet Crumble.
That's
Yeah.
a good name.
Yeah, but in Australian terms, it should be called... Like, I guess if they tried to give candy regular names starting off with Australian as the base language, they would have a stroke.
Yeah, if we're crumbly wumbly.
Imagine
would
their
be
version
better.
of like a whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
If you're already being,
If that's how you say, like, that's what the
if you're
bus
going
is
to
called.
your version of Exxon
Mm-hmm.
to get a whatchamacallit, and you're like, I've got to go to the gasser wazzle ozzle, the wazzle gasoly doodly
Get the what?
diddly
Get the
reno.
what's all this then? I guess that's British.
That's British, you
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, what's all this then?
Come on, Adam.
Yeah,
Stop, dude.
Do you have any of those
English.
those beeperinos?
Mm-hmm.
The Flanders.
Suck my fucking penis, it's so small. Can you find my little ass penis?
That's a great
The
song.
best is in between. People don't in between episodes where we get really lazy with it.
Mhm.
You're not even thinking about it.
No, that's the true shit.
That's
Yeah.
where the best ones come out.
98% of it you're not even hearing.
We have started.
And then there's-
The basketball is my favorite sport.
Yeah.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like to fuck all the fucking guys.
I like
Just put a zero in it.
Basketball is my favorite sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I don't even remember doing.
It was basketball makes me horny.
Oh yeah, basketball makes me horny. I want to fuck all the fucking guys. I don't even remember saying that the first time, dude. It was pure
Yeah,
coming out of
Nick-
Basketball makes me horny.
Nick and I were losing it when you said that.
Well, you were. I don't really lose it. I maintain my composure.
No, you were losing it.
No, I
man.
maintain
You were.
my
It got you good, dude. It got you good.
Let me see your pussy for $6. Can I suck your penis?
I am gay, and my penis is too small.
Where's your dick?
Yeah, I can't
Can I see it?
Why can't I see your dick?
Why can't I see your dick?
I watched that Anthony Hopkins movie, The Father.
Oh God, I don't want to watch that.
Piece of shit.
Really?
Absolute garbage.
Well, it's not about
People were
that-
saying he was good.
I don't want
He's
to watch
good.
it because
They're
it's
good performances, but the movie's a heartless piece of garbage.
I thought that would like hit too close to home.
Well, I mean, it's like
I just
it's
don't
like,
wanna
oh
see a
wow,
man getting
a
old.
movie that offers a different perspective on Alzheimer's, that it's actually bad.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
there are
Yeah.
other movies about Alzheimer's. Too.
What?
They're all brutal.
What?
There was one about a country singer.
Memento?
What's his name?
Yeah.
What
Well, that was a
one?
documentary.
That was a documentary. Oh God. It's so fucking sad. That
Brain of Holes.
I think it was Mind of
Swiss cheese.
Mencia.
About Graham Williamson, Brain of
Grant
Holes.
Williams. Yeah.
Yep.
God.
Yeah.
That shit is so sad.
Honestly, you should be able to just fucking. If you have Alzheimer's, you should get a gun.
You know, be very
That's
funny
what my mom
because
always said when we'd go to visit my grandma.
They got Alzheimer's, like this new, I guess, treatment or whatever that's been in the news. It's very funny to imagine somebody's like grandpa or whatever that like he's like, who are you? They're like, it's Jeremy, but Dad, like it's me, your son.
Yeah.
But like here's the pill that it's outrageously expensive. And it's finally, we're able to like save my dad's memory in the last like year of his life and maybe get him back. And the grandpa takes a pill and he's like, oh my, Jeremy, it's you. I've been in a fog for years and now it's all coming back to me. And oh, Michael, my other son. And they're like crying and he's like, and my wife, oh, she passed away years ago, but I remember her and I remember all of these things. And now I'm remembering my life working at IBM and, you know, my years as a computer engineer, it's all coming back to me in college. And, oh, it's bad. And my elementary school, I can remember I was molested. Oh, my God. Oh, my.
He won't stop.
It's like, oh, they're like, what? And he's like, no, I guess that.
I got Alzheimer's to forget this.
This is part of that. That was. Maybe I should have taken half the pill. I took too much. And now I remember being a baby and shitting my mom's pussy. I'm remembering the inside coming out of my mom's pussy and having to suck her tits for years. Sucking like weird like raw milk with blood and cum in it and snot and my mom's titty and my dead mom's pussy. I remember what her body looked like in the casket, but now I can't stop thinking about my mom's pussy. And they're like, put him down. The experiment didn't work.
Old Yeller.
I thought maybe I could invent an Alzheimer's medicine, but once again I made a dying man think about his mama's pussy.
So
this is why I need to go back to just being a prospector and Dracula.
A slave owner,
a retard slave owner, prospecting Dracula. Instead of
got my army of waterhead Comanche retards.
instead of messing around with all this science, trying to prolong everybody's life. Other than doing it in the simplest way I know how, which is just to bite them.
That's true. If I get Alzheimer's, I want my family to be like, Grandpa, you were just getting pussy.
You got
every
so
time.
much pussy.
They're like, oh, sorry, you're tired because you were just getting pussy from a woman that looks exactly like Salma Hayek.
Oh, I
Grandpa.
guess I did.
I
suppose I did.
Back before I started hating stand-up comedy because it doesn't do anything. It makes me feel bad now.
Yep.
I tried to do a bit about like going to visit your grandma in the nursing home or whatever, and you bring like a bunch of like just fill her room with like with stolen art and a little lockbox with a bunch of passports and a gun in it. Yeah. And then you just convince your grandma she's Jason Bourne.
Yeah, convince her she's the Thomas Crown affair.
I used to have.
Oh, what is that? A cooler reference than Jason Bourne?
No, well, he's an art thief, so it's actually a more accurate reference. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Adam's a big Patricia Highsmith fan.
All right.
I just out-Adam'd you. How do you feel about that?
Feels good, actually.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like sort of the master has become the
It's
student.
crazy because actually you're both fans of Patricia Guy Smith.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
a
you.
lady
Thanks
who
for
just
bringing
has
us
an
back.
unfortunate name.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a hot
Go
chick,
ahead.
actually.
Go ahead and
guy-
say something transphobic.
It's a guy named Patricia.
Yeah, go ahead.
And he sucks other guys off.
Stavros with his transphobia once again.
Oh, yeah. Patricia can't be a fucking man's name.
Wait. Can we go back
Pat.
Can we go back to the
Thank you.
Alzheimer's thing real quick?
How about
Mike?
it's
yeah.
cansphobic if you disparage a big titted
It
woman.
is
Yeah, that's
transphobic.
true. And I
And
will
if
not
I hear-
stand for that.
First of all, stop.
Okay, I don't like this.
I'm the one who won't
Stav
stand
is the
for
first
that.
guy to like tits in
Let's
human
just-
history.
It's
we
not,
all
that's
know
not
that.
true, but look,
We all
I
know
remember, by the way,
We all know
years ago,
Stav invented-
who's the one who told me,
he's
who's the one
right.
who told me titty
He's not-
fucking was silly? Who was it?
He's
I
not
still
wrong.
think that's true.
Get the fuck out of
I
here.
still think it is.
Get
true.
the fuck out of here.
I don't need to.
As-
Grow
we don't
up.
need
As
to-
they say, a
Guys,
pig never
I just
forgets.
got back in.
They don't say that.
That's
And
true.
it doesn't
And
apply
it is.
here.
I
the
think it's an
memory of a
elephant.
pig.
First of all, pigs are very intelligent, but we've covered this.
And they're good at remembering.
I am a I'm a feral hog.
Yeah.
I'm a boss hog.
Well, it's an expression, and we're not
Yeah.
talking about you. We say you have the memory of a pig.
Yeah,
Pigs
you didn't
don't-
actually have to call yourself a pig and
Pigs
disparage
don't
yourself.
have a great memory.
I kind
You-
of feel.
Don't-
come
you
on,
quiet
don't
down.
demean
Don't
yourself.
This
try
seems
that
like this
mean.
seems like some weird projection.
No.
Girl,
no,
you need a
no.
little bit of self-respect.
Don't even try and
okay?
gaslight me, you two little fuckers. Okay, you both can suck my fucking dick. You're a little chipmunk and you're a little snake.
I can,
and
but
I'm
I
the
won't.
fucking, and
suck
I'm the
your dick.
fucking boss hog.
I could.
and I'll run my fucking horns through you, motherfucker. My
Why does
tusks
Adam get to be a
through you.
snake?
Because he's treacherous.
But the snake is the coolest of all.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I'm
because
like,
I knew
go-
it would hurt your feelings.
Go ahead, eat
Doesn't
the
hurt my
apple.
feelings.
It does. You
Actually,
don't like being a chipmunk.
as the mongoose, I can
You're a
just-
chipmunk. You're not a mongoose.
type of mongoose.
It's not a
And-
type of
it's a
mongoose.
type of mongoose.
You're a little
And
fucked up
they can-
chipmunk.
no, the
It is.
mongoose
It's
can
in the
kill the
mongoose
snake,
family.
and the pig is.
And the pig will run his fucking tusks
No.
through whoever the,
The
fuck
pig
he
I
has-
can
The
dislocate
pig
my
has
jaw
a
and
little
eat you.
sailor outfit, and it's owned by a rich old woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have a sailor outfit because it looks cool
And it just-
and it learned how to dress itself.
No, it's-
but it's not owned by
it's a
anyone.
pig in a little
I'm
sailor
the
outfit
king of the
Owned
fucking
by,
forest.
by Gloria Swanson or something.
no.
Living in some.
I murdered. In fact, the pig murdered a fucking rich child
no,
and stole his
the
shit.
pig is owned by an old woman with a bunch of old
No.
Hollywood.
He
oil
does
money.
fuck the woman sometimes. He licks the woman, the old woman's pussy. sometimes.
Stabby. Oh, Stabby wants kisses. Stabby, and the pig's squealing and crying
Yeah.
constantly.
You could just get
No.
molested.
It's
constantly.
making fierce noises. no. It's going shit like that.
Yeah,
dude.
that's the noise she's making while
no,
she's
no,
molesting
no,
you.
no.
Yeah.
The pig is having
snake-
consensual
the
sex
snake-
with any woman it wants.
the snake
like, "I
sneaking
speak
up from
fluent
behind to
pig."
deliver a fatal blow to the pig.
no
Yep.
chance.
Thank
He's
you.
being
No
Right.
chance because it's a garden snake. He doesn't have fuck. You
I'm
think
not
Adam's
a
got
garden-
venom? No,
It's
he
a
doesn't.
desert. He's obviously a desert snake
No,
of
he's
some
not.
sort. An asp.
No, he's from
I'm
Lithuania.
from the
dude.
desert.
A black mamba.
No, you're not.
I thank you for getting it right. I
Take
am
it- take it.
Lithuanian.
A
Let's
black
take it.
mamba
wait,
even.
can we go back to the
He's
Alzheimer's
not a black
thing?
mamba. Not even close.
That's what. Well, it's a South African snake.
He's not South African.
I'm Russian. I'm Eastern European. Okay, so wait, going back to the Alzheimer's thing. So
They don't have snakes. Russia.
in
Yeah,
Russia,
they
I guess they're furry.
well, they like
They
they
got a
like
big furry
collecting.
tube coming at you.
They
That would
like
be so
collecting
fucked up. A snake with
exotic
hair.
animals.
Yeah.
I hate that.
My dad tells a story. Speaking of Alzheimer's, about his grandmother, who was she was a mean old woman, and
Is she the tube hog of Cape Town?
no, that's my grandmother. Don't get it twisted.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so she apparently her eldest son died in the Second World War when he was
Bitch ass.
he was a fighter pilot. He's the only
Oh
hero
yeah,
of my
yeah,
family.
yeah. That's right. You lied about him. I remember
He's
that.
no, actually, someone found the records of his death. I appreciate
He
whoever
died in
sent that
Crete,
to me.
right?
Yeah, he's buried in
Yeah.
Crete.
He found that he saw a picture of Adam and he killed
No,
himself.
that's not true. I wasn't alive.
He was
That was in
surviving.
the Second World
he was
War.
surviving. Yeah, he
He's
was.
my father's name.
He was
my
maimed.
father was named
he was
after
maimed,
Yeah, like, this is
and he
what
was
you're-
living. He was surviving on a Greek island, and then someone showed him a picture of baby you, and he was like, "Oh my god, my great grandson
Anyway,
is the gayest thing baby I've ever seen in my life."
Her eldest son
Then he killed
died,
himself.
and then she became a hard old bitch. Right? She
Uh-huh.
went to her bedroom and she was mean the rest of her life because she was brokenhearted. And
She
when she was
became goth.
dying, she was going through dementia. And when you go through dementia, you return to your childhood. So my dad went to go visit her to say goodbye, and she was in the stage of her childhood when she was living
She was getting horny?
back in Lithuania, and she asked my dad if he wanted to come to the forest with the rest of the boys in the village to watch her lift her skirt up for everyone else.
Fucking slut.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
she was like trying to fuck my father.
That's awesome. Did he do it?
No, he didn't fuck his mother.
Loser.
And then another story, which is horrific. I think I texted it to you guys, but I don't think I've ever said it on the show. Is our family friend? Her father was going through dementia, and you return to your childhood, and he was living in a retirement home in Boca Raton, Florida.
Beautiful.
But in his mind, he was in Auschwitz.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me this.
Auschwitz.
Auschwitz,
brutal.
Florida.
He was in
Auschwitz,
Auschwitz, Florida. He
Jesus.
thought that he was in the camp.
If I was Ron DeSantis, I would pick the most Jewish town in Florida and rename it Auschwitz.
That'd be so sick.
Because they're like, I'm too tired to deal with this. I don't like it. But
Now
Yeah.
this is an outrage.
it's rude, but I'll tell you what, I'm too tired to do anything about it.
Damn, that sucks. I love that your was it grandma or great grandma?
It was my great grandmother.
She was getting her pussy worked over by in the fucking forest.
She was going to lift her dress up for the boys in the
She
village.
said,
was
"Oh,
probably
I got a Charlie horse in my
She was,
pussy."
she was probably fucking on all fours getting spit roasted.
She was
Ooh,
literally
I
she was
got-
literally the cum dumpster of villainous.
I got
awesome, dude.
I got a Charlie horse in my
You
pussy.
think they fucked
hole.
her in the ass because they didn't want to come in her pussy?
Well,
I got a
my
Charlie
dad-
horse in my ass.
My dad only tells me that story because one time I said to him, I was like, yeah, like people in the olden days didn't fuck, Like I was like, now kids are fucking when they're 13. He's like, no. He's like, my grandmother used to lift her skirt up for the boys in the village and
I
show her
think-
pussy off.
I think there was definitely in like the 1910s, 20s that people were fucking. Then everyone got uptight and like post World War II, everyone had to be like
Yeah.
all proper and
Yeah,
shit.
pre-Hollywood code, post-Hollywood code.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
The
yeah,
50s,
villagers
the
were
50s, yeah.
fucking like animals because they were closer to animals.
They were. I mean, yes,
You know?
we were
But
tribalist animals.
that's right. Yeah. If I think a good way to get pussy would be to go to a nursing home with a bunch of bitches with Alzheimer's and dress up in a World War II uniform and come back and be like, "We beat the Japs. Time for some fucking pussy, ladies."
Yeah, you put on a sailor outfit,
Yeah.
make one of them dress
we
up like
did
a
it.
nurse.
Yeah. We did it, gals. And then you just take your dick out and then they go fucking hog wild on it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Pass it around, dude. Like it was the victory cigar.
Like it's a peace pipe in that retard Indian
Yeah,
community.
like exactly.
They just have a lollipop they all share.
The peace pop.
Yeah. Many moons have passed since I last saw my brother. Let's count them. 1. Well, it was many.
It was a what?
Let's say it was several moons.
Oh fuck.
The
Dude.
eagle flies down the mountain. You could just take regular like Native American poetry and say it in Down syndrome voice, and it
And it
sounds
checks out.
yeah. The
Yeah.
eagle flies down the mountain. They're just describing what animals are doing.
But in
That's like all of their art.
Yeah,
But in beautiful,
With a-
simple language.
yeah, with like a woodwind.
This is going to be
instrument.
one of those things that gets me in trouble.
Playing in
But
the background.
imagine colonization of North America never happened. Like they figured out 1,000 years ago, you just need to leave people be.
Mm-hmm.
But then we still somehow developed the internet. And so
Yeah.
there is like some degree of cultural exchange. And the entirety of North America
No.
was just people like, they have like whatever England has is just like bullshit about like King Arthur and all this
Yeah,
dumb
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
well, let's what are the Native American? Oh, it's a poem, and it's it's like the eagle flies and then lays eggs. And then the dog barks,
Yeah.
and the river
Mhm.
goes watery.
That's probably all.
They're like, okay, well, let's see what. Do you have another poem? Like, oh yeah, let's see what we got.
Yo,
here.
I got tons of stuff.
We got a lot of stuff here. Let's. This one's about a turtle and a fox.
Mm.
Turtle moves slow and goes in its house, which is also a backpack.
Yeah.
And the fox, he's quick and brown, and he jumps over a lazy dog. It's like, no, you stole that one from keyboards. You stole that one from Microsoft Word. They're like, okay, Fur, you got me.
Well, what do you guys want to talk about? Nice shirt, you homo.
Yeah.
That's a tight ass shirt.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can't say that, like, they wouldn't have come up with a couple of other ones. But then you do look at other, like, isolated tribal people that didn't develop, like,
Yeah,
what's it called when there's, like, an excess of agriculture or something? Or
I don't.
did Native Americans have that or not?
What?
They didn't have, like, farms and shit. Did
Yeah,
I
they?
think they
did.
did. Yeah.
Well, they had crops, but it's not like they would produce like an excess of it and then use it to like.
The Mayans invented.
No, I mean like not Mayans. I mean like
You're talking
fucking
about in
Iroquois.
America.
Yeah. Like the shit.
sure
All
some
the shit
motherfuckers
around
did.
here is named after.
I'm sure some motherfuckers did.
Yeah.
I don't know. What the fuck do I know?
I mean, I don't know anything. That's what I'm asking.
My guess is you're wildly wrong.
I think
My
that
guess
the-
is that they probably did.
I know you're talking about.
and they probably had like long ass.
It's much funnier if I'm right, though.
It's so much funnier, of course. I want to believe you're right, but I do probably.
I don't think you do. I think you want to think that they had the internet here. They were driving around in Teslas.
No. I want you to be correct.
It's gonna be funny in 10 years when Tesla's gone. And
That'd
that
be
doesn't
cool.
exist anymore.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, so much for electric cars. And then guess what comes back?
What's that?
Fucking muscle cars, dude.
Oh hell yeah!
We're all driving
Yeah.
hot rods.
Hot rods.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be.
It would be funny if they just found like a lot of fucking more gas or whatever, but it was they found a way to just make it clean.
Mhm.
That would be tight. If we didn't have to change anything, and
Yeah.
global warming didn't happen.
That would be
That
tight.
would be cool.
Mhm.
That would be tight.
If not only that, but we get to have muscle. Like it's actually better to use more gas. When
Yeah.
we do get muscle cars.
A couple of Mustang Sallys.
I
All
would
of
fucking love to have.
Yeah. Well, we need to shift the burden to zero carbon emissions to developing nations. So we invent like a carbon tax or something. Or just penalize, developing
The
economies.
Chinese and the Indians.
Basically, every third world country, they should be in a period of permanent arrested development in the name of saving the planet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where they can, just be like permanently indebted to giant like
the IMF.
green energy, like either development funds or just companies that basically get to own their entire energy infrastructure, so they don't do something evil like use cars. But then we get to have them.
We
here.
get to do that. To be clear,
We get to have, because it would be ridiculous to just roll.
What are we
out.
supposed to go back? to
Exactly.
live in? They're already in huts.
Yeah.
I got a house.
Mhm.
I need the AC
Yeah,
running.
I'm not gonna go
My
to a
balls
hut.
get fucking hot.
I agree.
We already have to deal with all the fucking Native Americans here.
Yeah.
Why
doing
should we have to
their
deal with all the
poems.
Native Americans in India also?
Yeah, so true.
They have cool stories.
Yep.
That must have been annoying to be like.
Yeah, they
they're
have
like,
Goro guys.
They're like, oh, look, okay, you think we're the same guy.
Yeah.
First of all, we have every spice. You were trying to find different way to get to the other side because all of India is basically a big grocery store,
yeah, it's true.
and you couldn't be fucked to walk from one side to the other
Yep.
to find spice. You say, well, because it smells bad. We understand.
Right.
That you
It's
have
a
to
lot
take a
of
boat
spice.
to go. I mean, what the fuck? What is stupid? They're like, what if we found a different way to India that takes a million times
Well,
longer?
they just assumed it was just next door, but you just have to sail that way a little
Yeah.
bit.
Mhm.
They thought the world was so much littler.
Yeah.
It was smart. I got to give it to them for. You know what's crazy?
I
That
would
was-
have tried it.
That was a great idea, like to be like, let's give it a shot. But they put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they took one flyer on it. They were like,
Well, they ran into South America and they were like, "Damn, we're gonna have to go to the bottom.
yeah,
We're gonna have to go. Might as well. I'm so pissed. We need to do like maybe 200 or 300 years of slave trade, and this we'll set this up to do slave
yeah, and
stuff,
take all the gold.
and then we'll continue our journey, and then we're gonna pretend like this is India.
when did,
Even though it's
when
none of
did
the
England get
spices.
to India because they were there, obviously, Gandhi and all that shit. So
Oh,
how
when
long
did
it
they
take them?
colonize
Yeah.
India? I don't know exactly.
If America was
From
like,
the 1600s on,
they got
I
there.
think that sounds
that's when
right.
they got there in the 1600s.
the British, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
They got to India.
I think people like Europeans got there before.
Yeah,
that.
what was the last empire? The
No
Mughal
idea.
Empire was the last one before.
I think
have,
so.
I have no idea.
The Jai Ho Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Jai Ho?
It's the dance at the end of Slumdog Millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen it.
Anyways,
Not interested.
I guess
You want me to ruin
to,
that
to,
one?
to not do history and try to get back to the joke here, but imagine you're some fucking Indian guy
Yeah.
he's got all these spices, you got cool hats.
You got
Yeah.
you
And
got
al-
so many books.
Also,
about
the
getting
only group
pussy.
of people really kind of carrying the torch as far as like cool stories instead of science, because that's like the real dialectic, I guess, in history is
Mhm.
like people that want to be like, but what actually happened? AKA fucking fags that ruin any kind of movie or whatever.
Yep.
And then guys that are like, man, so there was a battle.
Yeah.
Some guy.
Heaven and hell.
Heaven and
it's
hell.
always evil, good and evil. There's always getting pussy involved.
All this cool shit. And then the Native Americans are the worst of all of them, where they're just like, it's like a turtle or something.
The spirit of the sky.
There's a sky. They just describe it in literal terms, but then they don't do either science or mysticism.
I'm interested in.
You're saying they don't have a good enough imagination.
Are there Native American
They don't have an
tales?
imagination and they don't have a scientific mind, and it's because they're just smoking weed all day long.
Which is cool. I have to.
Well,
give
that
them
makes
that.
them cool.
Let me say
They
this.
don't have spices either.
They had
can't-
bison though. You got buffalo. You got buffalo
they spice
burgers all
that up?
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were eating.
They are
birds.
truly, they are truly Americans. It is very funny that, like,
They were.
Well, let
if
me
you think
ask you
about it
this.
only in negative
they
terms,
were the first persons.
the pushback against that, like, Santorum statement that they didn't really influence any of American culture. If you consider that Americans are mostly lazy, meat-eating bores, that
diabetic alcoholics.
diabetic alcoholics that love gambling and
Yeah.
fucking and football. I mean, then
Yep.
then yes, they contribute.
Let me
a lot.
ask you this: do they have a myth where you get pussy? Like, do they have a Kama Sutra?
No, none of it's sexual. It's all just bullshit about like.
No, they
It's
were.
like
they
they
were
gotta
fucking-
have-
No, it's all tortoise in the hair kind of shit.
Why'd the ladies have their titties out then?
Because they were too lazy to put on shirts.
Come on, dude.
That
They
is
were,
true.
dude.
I heard that.
They're fucking. They were just like, I don't feel like it.
Uh-huh.
Native American sexual myth.
I guess one of the most. I guess
Yeah,
one of
we're
the
gonna
most,
we're gonna get to the bottom arena of this one.
I guess one of the most famous Native Americans was just a chick that gave pussy to
Yeah.
a couple.
That's half of them.
Couple
dude.
of
For
white
Native
guys.
Americans,
Can you
sex
imagine-
didn't come with guilt. I'm liking
It
this.
is funny because women don't get any credit. They mean white women because Sacagawea is on the money and she was just a whore.
She was
She was
sucking
just-
off Lewis
no,
and
she
Clark.
was-
Slut,
she knew
yeah.
directions too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had a fucking.
She was like-
her
Yeah.
clit was
She
like
was
a fucking
way-
compass.
That's because she'd been to every guy's house.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, I used to.
her clit always pointed north.
kind of
dude.
trailing off when explaining why she knows a certain neighborhood. Oh yeah, I knew
Nothing.
nothing. Just turn here.
Okay, so I'm reading this, which is called "From the Fair Observer," and it says, "For Native Americans, sex didn't come with guilt," and it seems to be kind of breaking everything you were saying instantly. Where it says the Wendat formed a loose
No, look,
confederacy
you gotta go to Wikipedia
of
mythologies.
smaller nations or
Mythologies of the indigenous peoples of the Americas, and the image is like a wolf talking to a cat.
tribes. No, I'm saying,
It's just like
I'm
a
saying.
cat that's just in a tree. It's like a coyote and a possum appear.
Okay, I'm just talking about the Wendat, and they say they were a horticultural people growing corn, beans, and squash. So
Horticultural, yes, but not agricultural. There's a difference.
I don't think there is.
I don't mean they didn't have like big fields where they're producing an abundance of resources to then like barter
Most
with.
of the
Well,
work, the horticulture, the planting, weeding, harvesting, and grinding was done by women.
Yeah, well, the
most
guys went
important-
out to hunt.
The most important social unit was the clan.
So they're
Matrilineally.
racist also.
You belong to the clan of your mother, not your
The
father.
fucking. It's the only time they're putting on clothes is to go around scaring black people.
You would call people of your generation brother and sister.
That's nice.
Let's get to the point where it's the pussy part. The fuck.
Yeah, what's the pussy part?
A woman's choice. Adultery happened, but the person would have to be of a different clan. You can't fuck in the whole
Well, you gotta fuck some other
you go.
guy.
It makes sense.
You gotta go to
You get your
another
hall
town.
pass and a motherfucker you'll never
Mhm.
see again.
Area
I love
codes. It's not cheating in different area codes.
that. It must have. Yeah, I got
They
hosts in
came up
different
with that.
area codes.
All right, here we go. Iroquois mythology, because this is the one I'm interested
It must have
in.
been difficult to the right place, as each house belonged to a particular clan.
All right, here
and
we
could
go.
have
Look,
between
I went
8
to
to 70 people
Iroquois
sleeping there.
mythology. First thing, Wikipedia. And I don't know any of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And the first image here, a 19th century decoration of an unidentified ship, an Iroquois Indian sitting on a turtle in reference to the great turtle that carries the earth.
Wait, so your objection is that they use too many animals?
It's always
It's
that.
just the stuff that's
It's like,
around.
Yeah, well, the sun was put up there. There was the
And
great,
you think in India they have like 8-armed guys.
the 8-armed
and that's
guys
cooler.
that are blue that
Yeah,
went to
that is
war with
cooler.
each other.
It's
That is
cooler.
cooler.
It's,
yeah.
it's anthrocentric,
Okay.
which is what mythology should be. It shouldn't
Mhm.
just be like,
What's our ship? The guy made a big boat because it rained a lot?
Yeah, Christianity's also pretty gay. Honestly, it's not that good.
Yeah, but that's not like we get also the Greek stuff and the Egyptian stuff.
Which is good.
There's a lineage there.
I guess.
Okay, so
Greek stuff and
What the fuck
Egyptian
is the
stuff was
great
cooler.
turtle? The
Here's-
world turtle, also called the cosmic turtle, is a.
That sounds pretty trippy, dude. Cosmic
Oh, dude,
turtle.
Look at this dumbass turtle, dude. That's got like elephants.
elephants inside of it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There were elephants in America?
Okay, how about this?
We didn't have elephants.
There's some kind of sexual thing. There's a ceremony here.
All right, let's
In
hear
the
this.
Huron country, there are also assemblies of all the girls in a town at a sick woman's couch, either at her request according to a vision or dream she may have had, or by the order of the shaman for her health and recovery. So if a bitch is sick, they get all the girls, all the like young girls and women,
To
and they
jack
say,
off?
No, they come to the sick woman's house, and they're like, when the girls are thus assembled, they are all asked, one after another, which of the young men of the town they would like to sleep with the next night. Each names one, and these are immediately notified by the masters of the ceremony, and all come in the evening to sleep with those who have chosen them in the presence of the sick woman from
That's
one
badass.
end of the lodge to the other.
That's
and they
badass.
pass the whole night like this while the two chiefs at the two ends of the house sing and rattle their tortoise shells from evening till the following morning
Wow,
when the
they love
ceremony is
turtles.
concluded. Bro, they try and
That's cool.
They try and fucking heal an old sick bitch
By
with
fucking.
sexual energy. That rocks. I'm all for the Wendat, dude.
I think that's pretty cool.
It's called the Who Dat.
Wendat.
the Wendat.
That's like a New
Who dat?
Orleans
Yeah,
thing.
it's from the New Orleans tribe.
That's the
Yeah.
the
The
believe
the big
that.
timers. Manny Fresh is the chief. It is important to note that it was the young women that did the choosing, not the young men. See that? A woman's choice.
I like that too.
That's an awesome ceremony. He wished for a white dog ceremony. The ceremony of the Anda Kwandar, a mating of men with girls, which is made at the end of the feast. He specified that there should be 12 girls and a 13th for himself. Nice. The answer being brought to the council, he was furnished immediately with what could be given at once.
House real big, cars real big, dick real big, everything real big,
yeah.
real big, pockets real big.
Imagine like
This is what they're playing.
John Smith like coming to the America. They bring him into the tent, and they're like, "We will show you our culture."
Big, let me tell you how I live. Like that, buy that, 24s, rock that. Ladies and gentlemen, gangsters, pimps, bitches, hoes, stunners, shot. Rich bitch, I'm a fucking big timer. King of the hood, everything wood. Look like a forest in that bitch and I'm a pud. Maxin' sofa set, big open deck. Hardwood flows in that bitch that connect from the front to the back. Nigga top that, 615s in the motherfucking deck. Push that button, microwave oven. I'm just getting started, pimp. You ain't seen nothing. Is that a fish tank, bro? In the middle of the dash? Yeah, pimp, but don't put your fingers on my glass. Got a 2-lane bowling alley.
Yes,
Girl,
sir.
you know I love you and I'm there for you. I got some new shoes and a bag of hair for you. Girl, you know I love you and I'm there
Yes,
for you.
this
I
goes
got
out.
some new
Yup.
shoes and a bag of hair for you. Girl, you know I even want your kids for you. I got a new purse and a new wig for you. Girl, you know I love you, I go hard for you. I even hustled up a food stamp card for you. I say, please, don't think you all that. I can hit you from the back for some wing check. I say, please, don't think you all that. I can hit you from the back for some wing check. I say, let me find out you tryna act off so did it. Let me find out you wearing bootleg titties. Let me find out you got that pussy on the loose. Let me find out that nigga got you with a boost. Let me find out you still rockin' flip phone. Let me find out that bitch ain't need much on. Let me find out that Gucci purse not real. Let me find out you got the internet deal. Let me find out a nigga bring you on Murray. Let me find out the fucking cheering for me. Let me find out you funny with the stamps. Let me find out you why you got cramps. Let me find out you spanks that have the gut. Let me find out this nigga bigger than your butt. Let me find out them booty pads in the meat. Let me find out they got real booty meat. Let me find out your man selling bricks. Let me find.
So, Mr. John Smith, welcome to Native America. I want you to meet my daughter Pocahontas. paints with all the colors of the wind, if you understand what I'm saying. And by that I mean you're allowed to. You can put it in her ass.
You can fuck her any of her holes.
You can put it in her ass if you'd like
No
to.
jury. Let me find out you got them diamonds that's glowing. Let me find out you ain't got.
We smoke weed here, by the way. We smoke mad weed.
We
that's
puff
true.
mad clouds.
Yeah, the whole. That's why, like, you know, all of our religion is like, you know, wow, fucking, there's like a dog.
Yo, imagine if the turtle had elephants in it.
Yo, dude,
How
can
do
you
they have
imagine?
Let me find out you don't.
What?
Nothing.
No, the world turtle thing is like a universal thing.
That's
so
a
they got it.
universal
Yeah, they got it in India.
Oh,
They
really?
got turtle
They got it in
myths
China.
all over. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's one of those things where you know how it's like the English have dragons and then we have dragons.
Yeah, but they're dragons.
Yeah, they're Chinese dragons. Yeah, the Chinese dragon is like the English dragon. It breathes fire and it's fucking. It looks like a kind of like
Yeah.
a lizard dog sort of thing.
Yep.
Whereas the Chinese dragon is like just 15 different guys.
Yeah, it's like it's got whiskers.
It looks like a Chinese cat. It looks
Yeah.
like a Chinese cat that's having like some kind of autistic fit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that, Mr. John Smith?
In the club right there. The one that's popping on her head while she holding the check. Your baby mama in the club right there. The one that's popping on her head while she holding the check. I say, let me find out your baby mama is a groupie. Let me find out she got that Botox booty.
Let me find that
Let me
shit
find out.
Let me find out you set the pussy on the loose.
Yeah.
Let me find out your old man wears sandals.
Let me find out he watched a Lifetime channel.
And by the way, if any girls are out there listening, I also have new shoes and a bag of hair for you.
Yeah.
So hit me up if you're interested in
a
that.
bag of hair.
Fresh bag of hair, dude. We're gonna get you looking right.
Yep, straight off an Indian child's
Yep.
head.
We're gonna get that yaki, that Brazilian. We got some Ecuadorian shit for you.
I got a good deal on some hair.
This is very funny. So it's like a list of legends for Native American. The-
Flying head.
The
that's
do you
one.
do know? Hell no. The do oh hako, the Joe Gao in the winds. So son do what?
So son do what?
Flying head.
Flying head is.
Oh, I love that.
Flying
Mile
head
High Club,
rocks.
dude. And the Jidodi Kawato.
See what flying head is.
I mean, it's probably just a head that flies around.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not.
It
someone
might be getting
head
your
in
dick
the
sucked
air.
in a cloud. I'm thinking it's
I'm
the
sure
cloud
it's
from
not
Dragon
that.
Ball Z, just from Dragon Ball when Goku had the little cloud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it's that, but you're getting your dick sucked by Bulma on it, and that would be awesome. That's my religion, actually.
This is the
Bitch.
flying head. It's basically a McDonald's character that just sneaks up on women and scares them.
Oh, it scares them.
It looks like Sweetums from the Muppets.
It actually
Yeah, it
does,
does.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch,
Uh,
suck on my dick.
the hell no. I love that.
The
one.
head.
The hell no.
Hey no.
It's just the Eddie Griffin religion.
Am I getting the vaccine? If there is one person I would bet my life will never be vaccinated for anything, it's Eddie Griffin.
Well, I mean, he's so funny, dude. He was like talking about. He's like, oh, the Johnson and Johnson thing was like killing people. So they took it off the market, found out why it was killing people, and they're like, okay, now we know, and then put it back on the market.
Yeah.
They didn't change anything. They didn't do anything. I didn't look that up.
What
but
is
I'm
it,
gonna- I'm
the
gonna go
bo-
with Eddie.
Yeah. I would definitely trust Eddie on scientific matters such as that.
What is that? Because the Baltimore factory?
No, I don't know.
No,
there was
it
like a
wasn't.
Baltimore.
Yeah, that was
vaccine
also
factory.
That was
happening.
awesome. That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
They're
Baltimore just mixed up.
putting Old Bay in there.
They were like mixing up the batches together. And they just fucking them up completely.
Yeah.
Bitch.
The Charm City.
Yeah, Harm City, 350 plus bodies a year, bitch.
Love it.
You couldn't make it over there. You're too soft.
I'm looking at a 350 plus body right now.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're looking at it. Today was a weigh-in day.
yeah.
You're looking at a 265 body.
Oh boy.
Thank you very much. Bitch, I sucked on a dick.
They call it Stav's tits the weigh-ins brothers because you got to put
Why?
each one on the scale every day
Stop
For
does
what
a-
reason?
to see because then they fight.
Oh, they're about to. It's a gotcha.
Here we go.
Guys, speaking of the Wayans
Darius
brothers,
Rucker Essentials on Apple Music. Who comes up with this shit?
Speaking of the Wayans brothers,
on Apple Music.
oh yeah, he's a country.
A journey through the career-defining catalog of some of music's most influential artists.
That's so horrible. I'm sorry, everyone. I took my headphones off. I'm sorry you're listening to this.
Apple
gone.
Music presents the Darius Rucker Essentials.
He's a country musician now, right? After Hootie.
Suck my penis like a wagon
Fuck my
wheel.
pussy like it's a girl's.
Yeah. Use my ass like it's a pussy.
Fuck me in my ass like it's a girl's pussy.
Oh, fuck my asshole.
Yeah, I really like that song, Faggot Wheel.
Fuck my mouth and my ass, I'm gay. Oh,
Speaking of the Wayans, I
make
watched,
me dress, put
How
on
about
a
the
dress.
Brands brothers?
Yeah.
The what?
The Brands brothers.
Brands?
Brands. Like sucking dick. Brains.
Oh, brains.
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 Yeah.
Gotcha. That's good. That's awesome. You know what
is-
movie I
is
want
it-
to see?
I watched White Chicks in the Hotel when it was raining
A
outside.
lot of people don't know that I had sex with the Wayans brothers.
Is that so?
I had sex with every one of the Wayans.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could tell me like half the Wayans were gay, and I would 100% believe it.
I think there was, I mean, that was half the jokes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a credit. I've heard there's some credible. There's just some of them.
Well,
are
I
too
hate to cut you
homophobic
off,
still.
but that's an hour.
Oh yeah, we're